Good morning. Like I said, I told you guys that I would show you a little survival trick. In this case here, it's survival fishing. Now, in our story, swallowed a bug. Oh well, added protein. In our story, we know that Brian learned how to catch fish by using a spear. You know, he made a homemade bow and arrow. He tried a spear, it didn't work out too well, and then he made a bow and arrow, and it was a weak self-made bow, but it was good enough to shoot fish with, and he kept himself fed fairly well, and it was also good enough to kill snowshoe hare and ruffed grouse, or I should say ptarmigan. But there is another method. Now remember, a while back, I talked about one of the things I keep in my survival kit, okay? It's a bug net. Now, right now, the bugs aren't too bad, you know, because it's bright sun out, the mosquitoes aren't covering me. Now, if I were to go into thick woods over in there, that would be a different story. But this bug net can have multiple uses, and I'm going to demonstrate it. So please bear with me. As you can see, this is an old beaver dam, okay? You can see the sticks that the beaver had brought over here and dammed up the stream. Now, this was breached long ago, but you can see that at one time the water level was much higher. In that pool over there, it was probably about 4 feet deep. Believe it or not, about 10 years ago, I took my canoe onto this water because I wanted to check a few things out. And over there, where I'm pointing, right there, where the end of that stick is, that big pile of brush, that's the old beaver lodge, okay? I'm just going to be kind of careful where I step here because I don't want to step in a hole and find myself breaking an ankle. But you can see all these trees that have fallen down were actually cut down by the beaver, okay? Now, as an example, this is a small twig, but you can see the end of that. That was actually chewed away by that beaver. Now, like I said, theoretically, Brian could make a raft, all right? But I'm not here to show you how to make a raft. Of course, there's nothing to raft over here anyways, all right? I'm going to show you a little trick, okay? And just kind of bear with me, all right? There, nice solid bottom, okay? I'm just going to put the little tripod here. Okay. First things first. I took a blueberry stem and I stripped the bark off of it, more to see. I'm gonna make a loop. And it's limber enough where I can actually kind of, you know, oh, that there split. Well, that's all right. Well, maybe not. But you know what? I think I can get away without it. I can take my little net here. Okay, it's a bug net. But it can be used for more than that. Okay, let's get in the water here. and stretch that over here. There. All right. I'm going to be careful how I walk here because there could be a muck hole. All right. And I'm getting close to the tops of my boots. Okay. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but that I basically made a mini fish trap. Now, I took that head net and I stretched it out. Now, normally what I would do is on both sides, I would put a row of branches so that there would be only one way for any kind of creature to go through. Now, this pond here had, I have seen some tiny trout, no more than a few inches long. So something like that could get caught in that type of little mini trap. Okay? You got to keep in mind, in a survival situation, such as what Brian is in and Derek, you have to use all of your resources. And a lot of times things have a double duty. In this case here, my bug net has a double duty as a potential fish catching tool, part of a fish trap. Now, here's the thing about this fish trap. If I catch anything else, like say crawfish, look like little tiny freshwater lobsters, or maybe tadpoles, you know what? Everything is on the menu. Even some big water bugs, like those giant water beetles that are called toe biters. If they sting you, it hurts like the dickens. Well, guess what? Skewer them on a little twig and roast them up. They taste like nuts. I know somebody saying, ew, that's gross, that's disgusting. Okay? You have to do what you have to do in order to survive. And in this case here, this is what you have to do. Okay? This is just a simple demonstration. Like I said, the water flowing on that side, I would dam that up so that there's only one way in, and it's through that little net. So this is a case where there's a particular tool that can be used for more than one purpose. Now, to be honest, what I'm doing here technically is illegal, because it's illegal to put a trap like this in fresh water. Salt water, I'm not sure about the rules. There are some rules regarding using, like fish traps and things of that nature. But the fact of the matter is, I'm going to take it down because this here is just for demonstration purposes. And, when I do get home, I am definitely going to wash it out. It's going in the laundry. All right. But in fact, it's not a bad idea to carry a couple of these head nets in your little survival bag, because you can, wear one. Right now, I'm actually, everything is pretty good. If you notice, there's a lot of dragonflies flying around me. And that's a good thing. And I know some people freak out over dragonflies, but the fact remains about dragonflies is that they're a predator of biting insects. So things like deer flies, horse flies, mosquitoes, things that want to suck my blood are on their menu. So I see these dragonflies flying all around me as kind of like my allies and friends. One of the things that Brian talked about to Derek was just accepting what happens in nature. He talked about the hordes of insects. Now, I'll be honest, I would not want to be here within 1 hour of sunset and a little bit afterwards unless I had a good smoky fire going, okay? But other than that, it's not too bad. Of course, it's close to, it's 11 o'clock in the morning. And the temperature is it's in like the low, it's probably like 70 to 75, quite comfortable and dry. Now, towards the end of the week, it's going to get much more humid. In that situation there, it's probably not going to be as comfortable. But again, I just want to show you that here's a tool, all right? You can see it stretched out there. And you can see, well, I don't know about you, but I can see it here. Let me, you can see water swirling. So if this was all dammed off over here, okay? If this is all dammed off, I just didn't have the time, and I think you can get the idea that if I dam it off and that's the only outlet, any aquatic creature that's edible, and there's a lot of them that are, and again, in a true survival situation, you're going to have to do things you normally wouldn't want to do. You have to do it. You've got no choice. So in this situation here, you're going to have to eat whatever you catch. And if that means like a big, fat, juicy water bug, well then bring on the water bug, okay? Anyways, guys, I'm hoping that you enjoyed this little short video. And we're going to continue on. I'll post this when I'm able to. Actually, I should be able to do it today or tomorrow, all right? So anyways, you guys take care, stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you again.